So Mr. Pythagoras invests 6,500 annually to his retirement account. Assume that on an average he will receive gains of 7.5% compounded annually, only once per year. If he starts doing this at the age of 21, how much would this annuity be worth when he's 30 years old, when he's 40 years old, 50 years old? What about at retirement when he's 60 years old? So we're going to use this formula again. The future value of an annuity is going to be equal to the amount that you're putting in per year times the quantity of 1 plus I. I is the yearly interest rate divided by how many compounding periods per year, and n minus 1 over I. So let's see what the numbers are. We are investing $6,500 every year. That is my investment amount. Interest, well, my interest is 7.5%, which needs to be turned into decimal. 0.075 divided by how many number of compounding periods in a year? Well, we're talking about annually, so it is only one, which is 0.075. What is n? N is the number of compounding periods, which is obtained by calculating how many compounding periods per year times how many years, and that is equal of 1 times t, whatever your t number of years they're talking about. And t is the number of years again. So let's calculate. Don't make this mistake. At 30 years old, it is 30 minus 21, which means that the money has been able to compound for 9 years. At 50 years old, it's 50 minus 21, which means the money compounded for 29 periods total. At 60 years old, this one is sweet. 60 minus 21, which is 39, equals n. So all these values, we can just substitute them into our formula here to find the value of each period of time. So let's see. If we calculate when I'm 30 years old, I mean when Mr. Pythagoras is 30 years old, this is how he's gonna have. And the value is 65, 1, this is my rate, 9 years have passed. The total value of this one is 79,494.07. So if Mr. Pythagoras checks the retirement account after 9 years, if he's been a good investor and not try to buy low and sell high and just leave the money there, he will have $79,494. And check now how this will work in terms of money and what gets taxed and what doesn't get taxed. So let's talk about what are the gains. Well, the gains is the current value of the annuity minus the total amount of investment. I invested if 6,500 every year times 9 years is a total of $58,500. You subtract that and you have a total gains of 70,994.07. Remember your contribution you can withdraw at any time you want. Whether you're going to pay taxes or not depends on what type of retirement account do you choose. Do you choose one where you pay taxes before investing, or do you choose one where you already pay taxes and then you invested the amount that you had? So this is free money, $70,994.07. Imagine that. Who gives you that amount of money just for leaving money be there? And let's talk about this 7.5% annually. Yes, the stock market goes up, sometimes in rallies, 13%. It comes back down 11%. It goes back up 3%. It comes down 9%. People try to time the market, and it is bad. Not even computers can get that accurate, and we have amazing computers. So just leave the money in there. Historically, unless something happens drastically that our society changes completely, entirely, historically, this is what the stock market has been doing. On average, it returns 7 point something percent, 8%, 9%, depends on how good the economy is. Sometimes they're like, oh my goodness, this year the stock market only returned an average of 6% gains. Well, it is okay. 6% is growth. So this is how usually retirement accounts work. So we're going to be doing more examples, and hopefully this becomes a little bit more clear. What about at retirement? Ta-da! Let's see. What is the value at 60 years old? Remember we said that 39 years have passed, so the money has been able to be compounded in the account for 39 years. So 6,500 times my formula for 39 years minus 1 divided by I is equal to 1,368,62.67. That is amazing. Hopefully, right, we make it to that age. If we don't, whatever amount of money is in that account goes to your designated beneficiary, and they do pay taxes on it because it is new income for them. And again, it also depends on what type of retirement account you are putting your money into. Some you pay taxes, some you don't, some have some benefits and cons. So you want to be careful of that. So the gains, what are my gains? My gains are 1 million, blah, 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 minus how much did I contribute? Well, if I did contribute $6,500 every year, then this is how much money I will have put in. So this is my total contribution. So how much money did your money work for you? Your money worked for you $1,114,562.67. And again, would this $1,000,000 be tax free, or do you have to pay taxes on it? Well, that depends on how do you investing. Usually 401ks and 403bs, this one you don't pay taxes. Me personally, I have a Roth IRA, which means that I pay taxes now. Mr. Pythagoras specifically has a Roth IRA. He weighted his pros and cons, and also he thought of in the future, does Mr. Pythagoras see himself in a higher tax bracket? If you're making a greater income in the future, your tax bracket is going to be higher. So whatever amount of money you bring in at that age is going to be taxed at a higher rate. If you think the tax rates might go down on the government, or that you might be in a lower tax bracket later on, then you might want to not pay taxes now, and you might want to pay your taxes later on when you're old, because you know that you're going to be in a lower bracket situation. So it is an individual choice that everybody needs to make, and I will continue making some videos more specifically in retirement and not so mathy.